I just wanted to go over a couple of quick gotchas in Blender's synthetic data creation. So if you open your file and you get this pink texture, it simply means that the file could not be found in the previous location that you pointed Blender to. Um, Sometimes you can go File, External Data, Find Missing Files, and that'll work. Sweet. And then but you can also open up your documents and attempt to find it yourself. Another thing that a lot of people are often confused about is origins. So say we have our object over here and we can see our origin as this little yellow dot. And as you can see, it's kind of in the middle of our object. It's probably not going to be super useful for us. So what we want to do to fix it is either, if we want our object to have its origin in the exact middle of it, we can do that. Or we can go Object to Edit mode, make sure our entire object is selected, and then move it so that the origin is at the point that we want it to be. Cool. Back into object mode, and now let's say we try to rotate this object. You can see it's rotating from that origin point, it's scaling from that origin point, so that origin point is really important. The third thing that is something that a lot of people are very confused about is scaling inside of Blender. So if you scale an object in object mode, so say we, scale it like this, that scale is not saved to the object data. What we have to do in order to do that is go Object, Apply, Scale. And as you can see, we have ones in our scale again, and that's what we want. And now this object is going to behave as expected. We're not going to get weird huge versions of an object or weird small versions of an object. It's going to be exactly the size that we've specified. The last thing is simulation organization. So over here in our outliner, we have a scene collection, and then I have two collections specified over here. When creating a simulation and building a scene inside of Blender, I'd strongly recommend that you rename objects as you go. Like if we wanted to make this our geometry node, and then this plane is our floor. It's really important that you stay organized, because when you go into scripting in ZPy and want to write your script, you're going to possibly want to reference objects. And if you have them named the way that you want them to, you'll automatically know, or someone else when they come into your script is going to know, an object named geometry nodes probably is the geometry that has your geometry node applied to it. So that makes it really easy for you when you're coming back to your script and when you're writing your script, and also really easy for someone else to come and look at your script and understand automatically what's going on there. So I'd strongly recommend creating collections, making sure your objects, if you double click on them, you can rename them. And if you right click, you can see we can make new collections, and we can also click and drag. So if I say want my geometry nodes in my computers varied, I can click and drag and pull that in there really easily, creating my simulation so that it's really easy for me and everyone else to read.